If you plan on waiting to binge watch the Titans seasons, I would hold off just a little bit longer, especially when it comes to investing money into the DC Streaming Universe app. And I say this because those looking to see the Titans team up will only come out disappointed. For one thing, if you are a Titans fan, you won't see the Titans in this show, but instead singled out characters and subplots for different shows. Considering the new content is what's bringing people to the DC streaming app, this could be a big indicator of what's to come in future movies and shows. I'm not saying Titans was bad. I'm not saying it was a show full of bad lines and plot twists. I'm just saying that I feel like I watched the show under false pretenses. I got the app specifically for the new content that DC would be putting up. And when I heard that they were bringing the Titans back, I was really excited. Now, I wasn't expecting the animated series to be brought back or anything like that within this live action show, but I was expecting the creators to stay true to the characters and etc. That's one of my biggest problems with this, is I just don't feel like I'm looking at the Titans. I really don't. Like, I don't feel like this is the heart of Dick Grayson. I don't feel like this is the heart of Starfire. I feel like I'm looking at completely new people with the DC characters' names of the Titans that we all know and love. But I'm not going to sit here and negatively hark on a show that really did have a lot of great qualities. Like I said in my first review, the location, the script, the CGI, individual episodes, all made for a really fun experience. So if you're interested in that, just click on the link below and you can see what I had to say about that. But I want to get more into the plot and the characters and the season as a whole. Like, I definitely would have enjoyed the show more if I could see the characters interacting with each other more than 3 to 5 minutes at a time. The actors like Anna Diop, Ryan Potter, Brendan Thwaites really made me want more from the characters that they were playing, and are really the reason why I was so invested into the show. Even side characters like Jason Todd, played by Kern Walters, and Connor Leslie, who plays Donna Troy, made for really interesting peaks in the season. I felt like most of the episodes were focused on Dick Grayson and or Rachel, even when the show was supposed to be for other characters, like the Hank, Dawn, and Don shows. I feel like we spent more time getting to know them than any other characters besides Dick and Rachel, and they weren't even utilized throughout the whole season. Like, come on. When I was watching the Hank and Dawn and the Hawk and Doves episodes, I was like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Like, what's going on? Come on. Like, why are we watching this? They played no part in this season. They could have waited. They could have waited till the second season or something. Like, I didn't want to see them right now. We just wasted 2 hours of what could have been on somebody else, developing Trigon, developing Corey, developing Beast Boy, and everything else. But instead, we're watching Hank and Dawn, brothers, and how he meets Dawn, and Dawn getting in a car accident. Like, come on. Spoiler alert, Dawn dies. The original Dawn dies. I'm gonna go on a tangent here. Sorry. I was so upset at how they did that with Dawn. How he died. Like, come on. If you're gonna go and do a Hawk and Dove original episode, you can at least have Dawn go out how he did in the comics or something and be a bit more tasteful. I don't know about you, but I thought the car accident was very distasteful, and it seemed like they just wanted to get him out of the way so they can show how him and Dawn D-A-W-N met. Like, come on. You could have did better than that. Like, in the comics, Dawn was like a legit hero. He sacrificed himself for people. Like, anything. You could have had him go into a burning building or push a baby out of the way if he was going to get in a car accident. Like, just like that, he was gone. I felt like, I don't know. I don't like the way they did that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying these were bad episodes. These were some of the better episodes, which really is upsetting that episodes focused on people other than the Titans came out better than the episodes for the Titans. But that Hank and Dawn episode, it was really good. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good episode, but I just felt like it shouldn't have been in the Titans season at all. It was just a waste of time. They didn't utilize them. I thought we were at least gonna see them, like Hank and Dawn, D-A-W-N, coming to the building during the last episode, and we didn't. Okay, but that's my tangent. let me get back on track. I would not be surprised if we got a Hawk and Dove spinoff. Like, I just wouldn't. Like, if Hawk and Dove were getting their own show in the summertime, it would not surprise me at all, because sometimes while watching this show, it feels like this is exactly what they wanted to do. Like, they just wanted to use Titans to get people to watch, to see if we would like these episodes and want them to be different shows. Which leads me to my biggest issue of them all. The episodes did not go with the titles. Like Koriand'r, Beast Boy, and Donna Troy, the shows that were for them. I don't think Beast Boy was necessarily for him. I think they just wanted to focus more on the Doom Patrol. He's barely in the show at all, and I feel like he's one of the better characters. But anyway, like, Koriand'r's episode and Donna Troy's episode made me the most upset while watching it. I was so pissed off. Like, Cory has like the best subplot, one of the best subplots out of all the characters, and they completely brushed over her whole show. Cory's whole show, Cory had about 5 minutes of the 40-minute episode in the show titled Koriand'r. It showed her change into a black suit and get on a ship. And it showed Dick Grayson and Donna Troy follow her, and then they figured out who Trigon was. And that was the Koriand'r episode. That was all her part. That's all we had. 5 minutes. We got all of that in a span of 5 minutes. I was so upset, and I was the most excited about this show. I was so excited. We had a brown girl playing a superhero, and she's not even a superhero. Like, they don't even utilize her well. I think she had the best portrayal when they were on the train. After they left the asylum and they were on the train, I feel like Cory had like the best part there. That was it. That was all they gave her. When she bust out of the train and she left and got in the car and blah blah blah, she choked Rachel out. Like, that whole point right there, I thought they were going on a good track, and then they just went left. They just, I don't know where they went. I don't know where they went. That they had to do this on this episode. Like, come on. What are you doing? I was so mad. I almost turned it off. I was like, really? This is not her episode. And Donna Troy had about 5 minutes. Like, stop naming the shows after characters that aren't even going to really be in the show. And even then, Donna Troy's episode and Koriand'r's episode were mainly about Dick Grayson and Rachel. And I get it, we love Dick Grayson. I just feel like they should have had a Nightwing season. They should have just had Nightwing first, because it seems like that's what they wanted to do anyway. Even though we do love Dick Grayson, we do love Nightwing, we do love Robin, I don't feel like he is Dick Grayson, right? Like, I feel like he's Dick Grayson, but I don't feel like he's the Dick Grayson that we know and love, because Dick Grayson is like a true hero. Everybody looks up to Dick Grayson. Everybody wants to be Dick Grayson. And I just feel like they're making him super dark and gritty and just hateful towards Batman. And I'm just like, that's not Dick. That's not him at all. Sorry if you guys hear a crying baby in the background. That's my baby. I have a sick child, and he's having a hard time going to sleep, but I have limited space. So if you guys hear a crying baby, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the best that I can. But anyways, yeah, if this seems like a tangent, I'm sorry. I'm getting into my feelings. I'm trying to be as consistent and organized with this review as I possibly can, but I just feel like these episodes are not Titans. I feel like they wanted to do different stuff, and this was just an experimentation season when I didn't want an experimentation season. I want the Titans. If you're not a Titans fan and you don't know anything about this, you might go in here thinking, wow, these stories are a little all over the place, a little bit inconsistent, but you might not be as upset as I was. Or a lot of people, I feel like. The essence of the Titans just aren't there. The only episode I truly believe stayed true to the character was the Jason Todd episode. I feel like that was a lot like him, but I don't think he would kill. I think he was a jerk, but I don't think he was just like a bloodthirsty murderer like they made him out to be. And people just like brushed it off. Dick Grayson didn't even do anything. He was just like, you can't do that. What are you doing? I think it was was it episode 6 or episode 7? That was titled Jason Todd, where he was killing all the cops. Spoiler, he killed a bunch of cops. I was like, oh my god. Like, I thought he was just like breaking legs and backs, but he was actually killing them. And like, Jason was just like, Batman would never be okay with that. And Batman would know that he did that. He would know, and he would do something about it. He wouldn't keep sending Jason Todd out like that. He would know. Like, where are they getting this from? Like, are they making this for the fans? Like, who are they making this show for? Like, you want people to invest money into a DC streaming service, but you don't want to give us content that we love and want to see. Like, you're not doing fan service. You're just, like, doing whatever you want, and you're taking our money. Okay? It feels like I'm giving you money because I want to see you succeed, and you're just doing whatever you want to do with it. You're not succeeding like I expect you to. And it makes me doubt any future content that DC puts out. And the only reason why I'm sticking with this is because I really have faith in the characters, the actors, and what they can put into these characters. And I really want to see them continue to grow as the characters. But I want to see a change. I really, really do. So going into some individual problems that I have with the characters, and I know this video sounds like I don't like the show, and I was just disappointed with it because it just didn't meet my expectations, but that does not mean you won't like it. It doesn't mean you won't enjoy it. A lot of people enjoyed the shows because they just took it for what they were, but I was just expecting something else because I am a fan of the Titans, and I really wanted to see something out of the comics like come to life, and I just didn't get that. But anyways, that's okay. I was just a little disappointed. Like I said, it's not a bad show. I just found it very disappointing as a fan. So, for one thing, Dick Grayson is way too angry. He's way too angry, way too violent, way too gritty. And I feel like the Dick Grayson, at least the one that I'm familiar with, he's just lost. He's always trying to find his way, always trying to find what's right, always trying to better himself. Like, he's just all around a good guy. And I do feel like Brendan Thwaites does a great job at portraying Dick Grayson and the confliction that he's going through. But I don't think Dick Grayson is always conflicting with, do I kill somebody or do I not kill somebody? Do I beat somebody to death? Do I not beat somebody to death? Am I angry or am I not super duper angry? Like, I just feel like that's not him. And the conflict he has between Batman, I don't think he would hate Batman that much. Like, I'm just not, they're throwing me off here. Like, I don't feel like he hates Batman, and I feel like they're throwing Batman under the bus to level up Dick Grayson. I just feel like they're making Batman seem like, oh, I take kids and I turn them into these bloodthirsty weapons. And Batman doesn't do that. He does turn them into fighting machines, but he also guides them, and he doesn't want the kids to be like him. That's the biggest thing about Batman. And when he takes in a Robin, or when he takes in somebody under his wing, he does not want them to be like him. He wants them to be better than him and always do better than him and inspire more than he could ever inspire people. Okay? Like, that's the big thing. When it comes to Starfire, I just feel like they're really underutilizing her. Like, she's a strong character, and they always do this with a person of color. They always give them this great background and everything, and they just don't do anything with it. I feel like she had so much promise in the first few episodes. They kept showing like her doing these great things, and she's having these great lines, and she's doing great with the character. Despite what she looks like in her outfit or anything, I thought she was doing a great job. And then halfway through, it just went downhill with each episode. And what really threw me over the edge was they didn't even let her be the star of her own show that was named after her. Like, come on. Like, what the hell are you doing? And they always do this when it comes to a person of color. I think they just threw her in there just so there could be a person of color in there, but it kind of defeats the point of diversifying things when you don't even use the character. Like, come on, really? Like, she's just there. I think she just fell off the boat. I feel like her and Dick had a really good thing going in their partnership, not just the relationship thing. I'm not surprised the relationship didn't work out, but I still thought they would be partners, and yet again, everybody separated. Like, come on, people kept separating. Rachel as a character is just, I'm gonna try not to go on a rant. They need to redo her. She's just some possessed, naive little teenager. She's not even interesting. I just don't feel like Raven in real life would be so naive and gullible. Like, how is she this gullible? You find a woman that you never met before, she says she's your mom, and you just believe her and want to open up to her and might as well give her all your money and everything. It was just making me mad. I was like, why is she so naive? Like, they always do that, like the misguided teenager, so naive and all alone and easily manipulated. Like, they could have did something a little bit better. Or Rachel, or whatever her name is. Beast Boy, oh, another spoiler. Beast Boy kills somebody. Like, come on, really? Beast Boy would never, ever, ever kill anybody. Why did they make Beast Boy kill someone? Out of all of the Titans, like, Beast Boy would not kill somebody. Like, that really broke my heart that he had to experience that. And nobody cares that he had to kill somebody. And clearly it's affecting him. Like, everybody can see that he's struggling with it. And, like, nobody cares. Nobody's like, hey, are you okay? You killed somebody for the first time. Like, really? It's very upsetting. And he's one of my favorite characters. And I feel like they're just using him. And Trigon, oh my gosh. How boring was that when he walked through the portal? I was like, that's Trigon? That's who her mom risked it all for? Really? That's who her mom risked it all for. Did I say that right? Blah, blah, blah. Risked it all for. Like, he just walked out looking like this average ass dude. Very non-threatening, I get it. But I'm like, I picture him to look like extremely beautiful and tall and dark and handsome and just like douche. Like, damn, I could see him doing some pretty wicked things, okay? Like, I thought that's how he was gonna come through, but he didn't. He just came out looking like, oh, nice white guy coming through dressed in all black. I'm gonna destroy the world. Like, come on, they could have did better than that. So let's discuss the last episode. Another Dick Grayson episode. We have yet to see the Titans come together, even though the world is falling apart. It's just another Dick Grayson episode, just so they can show Batman and Gotham City. And this is going to be another spoiler. For one, I'm just going to talk about one, Dick Grayson, two, Batman. For one, Dick Grayson, the whole thing is about Dick Grayson's internal conflict, and I got that. But the internal conflict that Dick Grayson faced while going through Gotham, I don't think matches what they showed. When they showed him, was it Tony Rucco? When they showed him leaving the guy that killed his parents behind, I forget what episode it was already. Look, not memorable. But yeah, when they showed him leaving that guy behind, I feel like that fits more of his internal conflict. Like, do I save him? Do I leave him? And him leaving, I feel like that would have turned Dick Grayson over to the dark side. Not, spoiler, killing Batman. Not killing Batman, okay? The whole thing was just dark and gritty and so, like, disturbing, okay? And one, I will say, seeing Batman was cool. Seeing Batman in his suit was super cool. At first I was like, when did Batman get super speed? They made him move like super fast. If I can insert a clip, I will. But he was like moving like swoosh, swoosh, like whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like, he was moving super fast. And I was like, when did he get superpowers? I was like, he can move fast, but dang, he was moving like in the blink of an eye. He wasn't even like moving within the shadows. He was just like moving super fast in front of people. And the suit looked cool. Everything about Batman looked cool. The fighting, everything. The only thing they messed up with was why was Batman going on a killing rampage? Like, why was Batman going on a killing rampage? I think they just did that to make Dick Grayson look good. But I'm like, this isn't Batman. I feel like I'm watching an Elf story. Like an Elseworld story. A Elseworld story. That's what I feel like is going on. Please tell me that this Titan show is taking place on like Earth 356 or something like that, because this is not the main DC universe like that I know, that I'm familiar with. This is another Elseworlds universe that I'm not familiar with, and this is how these characters are, because this is what I'm getting from the season. But this Batman was just killing people. He was just killing cops and killing villains and like slicing throats. Batman would never do that. Like, why is Dick Grayson having an internal conflict about this? Like, why? That he would have to put Batman down. Dick Grayson would be more worried about Batman disappearing and nobody being around than Batman turning and going on a killing rampage. Batman would never do that, no matter what situation he is in. He is against killing, period. He will not cross that line ever. No matter what is done, Batman just won't cross that line. And here they're making it seem like Dick's like, yeah, Batman's gonna kill at any second. He has no restraint. He made me to be a bloodthirsty machine. I'm like, no, Batman didn't. I don't know who you've been hanging around with, but that's not Batman. Like, that's like my biggest problem with this. And I was like, do they just not understand what's going on and what's happening with the characters? Or am I just being like over dramatic about it? I don't mind being over dramatic, but I'm putting my money into something, like something that I really believe in. I'm very creative, I'm very visual, I love storytelling, and I love stuff like this. Like, it interests me. It makes me happy. It fuels my artistic side. And when I see what they're doing to a beloved character of mine, I'm just like, what's going on? And to see that Dick Grayson would kill Batman and then become like possessed, like dark, I was like, come on. You guys aren't even trying anymore. Now, when it comes to the end credit scene, we see that they're going to be bringing back Krypto the dog and Superboy. And when I saw it, I was like, I couldn't even be excited about it. I'm sorry. A lot of people were excited about it. They were like, yeah, Superboy. But I like Superboy and Young Justice. I like where he is there. And now I feel like I'm going to be comparing Superboy and Young Justice to Superboy in the comics, and then Superboy now on the Titans season 2 when it comes out. And then when I see Superboy, I'm just like, is he only going to be in here for 5 minutes? Is he only going to be in here for 5 seconds? Was this all we're going to see of Superboy? We didn't even get to see the outfit changes that they said they were going to do. Why did they show the outfit changes if they weren't even going to put it even in the end credits? Or even at the end of the, like somewhere in there? Like a vision? Did Raven have a vision? I mean Rachel. Does she have a vision? Like, somebody please let me know. Somebody please let me know if I missed out on something. Anyways, like, and why are they putting another superpowered person in there? I feel like we have Donna Troy. We have Starfire. We have Raven. Like, come on, now we're gonna have Superboy. I think it's a little too early for Superboy. I feel like they could have did Wally. They could have did Wally. I mean, even though we have the Flash, the TV series, he's not really utilized well on there either. But we have, this would be a perfect opportunity to utilize the Wally character. They could have did Wally West. They could have did Roy Harper. They could have did a lot of people. They could have did Zatanna. Like, come on. They could have did a lot with it. Overall, I'm definitely going to continue on with my reviews. I love DC. I'm sure I'm gonna love Young Justice Outsiders. It seems like so much fun. I tend to enjoy DC's animated shows a lot more than I enjoy their live action things, unless it's the CW. I have a lot of fun on that network. But yeah, Like I said, I would wait to invest my money in the DC streaming network just right now. I would wait a few months, or at least until the summertime, when you have more shows out that you can binge. I know that they're doing things the way that they do it so people don't binge watch it and cancel, but if they have good content, like, they wouldn't have to worry about people canceling. So that makes me wonder, do they not have good content coming out? Like, come on, don't scare me. But yeah, I am going to continue to watch it because I love Young Justice. I've been binge watching it so many times on Netflix just so it could come back. And now it's back, so I'm excited to watch that and get a review out. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell down below so you never miss out on any future content. Make sure you leave a comment down below, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear other people's opinions about the show. I will definitely interact with you guys. If you guys have any questions about anything that I missed, I'm not very active on Twitter, but I can be if you guys have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. So yeah.